Golden Buddha here with the Syd Colson.
What up, Ross?
How you doing?
I'm good, baby. How are you?
Feeling great?
Feeling good, feeling great. Feeling wonderful.
I'm always so happy when I get to see you because I know it's going to be great vibes. I know it's going to be positivity, potential shenanigans and laughs.
No. Maturity, professionalism. That's the name of my game.
Absolutely.
You know that.
I think you do walk with maturity, professionalism.
Every now and then.
And shenanigans.
And
shenanigans. But we are in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes, we are.
AU season 5 is coming up. Mm-hmm. And what do you love so much about Nashville? You're running it back here.
Right. Last year was really exciting. We went from Dallas in year 3 to Nashville last season, and it was, a decision that we had to collectively make with AU staff. Like, there were a lot of changes in a business stance going on, but even though we wanted to be back in Dallas, they did present such a good case for Nashville that it was like, we really can't pass on this opportunity. Like, as you know, they have the desire to have a WNBA team here. We were like, the city's kind of primed for professional women's basketball right now. And so I think it would have been a real miss for us to not take that chance last year. And it didn't even end up being a chance. Like, people, they showed up, they were super supportive. Like, the city was excited about it, and the players loved it. So it's really good that we're gonna come back, because I think the reception will be even greater.
Yeah, it's fertile grounds here. Yeah. I mean, I was at a couple of the games and matchups last season, and it was a great crowd, great energy, all the things. But before we can,
I know we love when you pull up.
Oh, it was so nice. I think we cried.
You gave out roses.
I gave out roses, and then you gave one back to me.
I did.
And
like, no thorns or anything. I was like, yeah, you're real.
I do feel like every time I see you, there's a moment to cry, like because we be having heart to heart.
Look,
but be dead serious. But
no small talk. Let's get right to it. You like, changed my life. Like, it's deep immediately. Every time. Every time.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? Thank you.
Oh, thank you. No, seriously, I mean that.
Why is she so? I'm not even this silly normally. It's you bring it out of me.
When you came though, I think because of what you have done for like women in your profession and being a former player, like your presence at AU, really at anything that you go to is like a very good sign. It means that, because you don't just show up anywhere. So it's gotta be thriving if Roz is showing up. So it's always good to see you, and it's good to see you, like advocating it and doing so much for AU, honestly.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And when I came, it became very evident immediately that the players really care about the league, which is sometimes not always the emotion that's shared. It's, it's sometimes it's contentious or, disappointed or angry or wanting more, this and that. But instead it feels like, you guys are fighting for the growth of this league and the opportunity to have this option when, a WNBA season isn't there. And a lot of that also happens too. There's a player executive committee here. Yeah. That's actually something I was not aware of before I pulled up to AU, that this is player-led as well.
Yeah.
How so? Like,
I mean, since season 1, I've been a part since season 1. And, John Patrickoff and Jonathan Soros, our co-founders, they started AU with softball, volleyball, and lacrosse. So we were the 4th sport. So before that 2021 inaugural season, we were having conversations because they wanted to figure out like how interested might W players be and professional players be. So for a lot of us, you would love to have an option to not have to go overseas. You just weren't sure how viable this option really was and how it could have been a scam. It could have just been somebody, but the fact that you had 3 other sports to see, okay, this is real because I have a product that I can look at. They're serious about this. They're paying good money. And the things that have happened since season 1, I'm glad to have been a part of the PEC since then, but it's just their buy-in. Like, you can't, I think we make sure that the rest of our player core is like grateful for this opportunity, because just in year 5, there's been so much growth, but also these men didn't have to start the basketball league. Like, we could have still been having to go overseas. People would have been waiting a couple more years for a rival to come about. But AU has been here doing this for almost 5 years now. And, it has literally changed some people's basketball trajectory and, their careers. I was out of the league after the bubble season, and AU was in Las Vegas, and it was a great first season. We had a lot of WNBA players, so it was very competitive. And because we were right there in Vegas, Becky and the staff, they were able to come watch games. And I wasn't the only one. A lot of people got training camp contracts. But for me specifically, being on that Aces team that year, we won a championship, and then we won another one. So it changed a lot for me, just being able to still be competitive in a league.
Yeah. I mean, having the option can change not only the trajectory of a career, but of a life. I mean, being a part of that team, the chemistry of it. You guys were just irresistible in some ways. People wanted more. The branding, the storytelling. I mean, the business of Syd explodes out of that too. And it puts you on a trajectory where the rest of your life looks different than it did before playing AU.
100%. That's why I always credit it with, giving me a chance to show what I can do. But yes, jumpstarting everything that's happened for me thus far.
Yeah.
Even meeting TP and us having a show after that season and everything that's come since then. Look, God's timing, I never question it.
Yeah. And TP is here, Theresa Plaisance. She's actually also in the room.
For what reason, I don't know.
and making this incredibly awkward for I thought you've held up very well during this, given that she is there.
Yeah.
But, you guys have this chance to play together in Vegas, and now you've got this thriving podcast that's now unsupervised with Syd and TP.
Yeah.
What was it where the two of you were like, and you were like, we are a fit, we're a dynamic duo, and I want to do this with you? Why did it work?
It just worked. We hit it off immediately in Vegas in training camp, and it's just one of those things, when people say somebody's like a kindred spirit, you see things the same, along moral lines, foundationally, the way you were raised. I like having good people in my life, people I can trust, people who add to my life and I add to theirs. And that was what our friendship was, on top of the fact I was like, this girl's hilarious. So I always jokingly say, I can make money off of this woman. That's exactly what's happened. But she's a force and a talent in her own right. So it was just, like I said, it was God's timing for us to meet at that time. And I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. It actually makes me think, too, of your WNBA team. You played with the Indiana Fever this year. Yeah. Y'all had to be the most talkative, podcasty team in the W. There were 3 different podcasts. Yeah. Just 3, or were there more? It was you.
Yeah, I think so.
It is Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah.
Sophie Cunningham all had podcasts. How did y'all navigate that?
Nobody really came to the locker room or gym talking about it. You just did your own thing off the court. And just because, I don't know, it's just, this is an interesting time in women's sports where typically people weren't getting this many opportunities. There were rarely players, especially if you're not a superstar player, you're not having a podcast or doing anything. So the landscape of things have changed since NIL, since just more eyes on the sport, since partnerships and sponsorships that people have. And so people are just trying to take advantage and maximize the opportunities that you have.
Yeah. And there's plenty of captivating human beings, who also happen to be good at basketball.
Yes.
I didn't even get to ask you, how was your knee? How was your ACL? How was your rehab?
It's going well.
Yeah.
It's going well. Tomorrow will be 11 weeks. And I forgot how much of a mental journey it is, as well as physical. But, I always try to look at stuff from a glass half full perspective, find the silver lining in things, trust that whatever God's purpose is for me, I don't have to understand it in the moment, because every other time things have happened in my life, I've been like, but then it makes sense down the line. So the older I've gotten, I'm like, trust that you got hurt for a reason. It's not the story you wanted to happen. You didn't want it to happen that way, but I can see why I needed to be sidelined. I was able to pour into other people more. I was able to, I don't think I'm a selfish person, but I became, I think, even more selfless. So yeah, since I've been there in the off season, I'm just, strengthening it, doing a lot of bending, which was super painful in the beginning, but I'm in a good place now. When people are like, oh, I forgot you were hurt. You're like walking around normally, but yeah, I'm just trusting the timing of it all.
What will be your focus this Athletes Unlimited season?
You know what? We're figuring out what it's going to look like, but I told them, like, under no circumstance do I want to be anywhere else. Like, AU means a lot to me. I still want to support the other players who are there. You know, learn from them, have them learn from me, because we have a lot of rookies. But I just want to give whatever I can give, even if I'm not fully healthy.
The roster this season for AU is extra star-studded.
It is.
I mean, like, we're literally talking future Hall of Famers, things like that. You know, there was a really fabulous welcome dinner. That was so cool. You guys have had a tray of events here in Tennessee. You're running it back in Nashville.
I know.
So would you say this is the most momentum AU women's basketball has had so far?
Yeah. I think this welcome week with our rookies and our vets has made us, like, really excited for the season in February. And so, you know, hopefully people will come out and show love. February 4th is, you know, the first game.
Yep. You can watch it on TV too. You inked the deal with ESPN.
Exactly.
So, you know, all eyes, big opportunity. And I know I'm really excited for it.
Yes, me too. I can't wait to see you there.
I know. All right, great. Thank you so much for your time.
I love you, my girl. Appreciate you.
Is it time to cry now?